The Anunnaki have been host to much historical attention throughout recent history. According to the Sumerians, the Anunnaki were alien-like gods that came from the planet Nibiru. Some people credit Nibiru to being Planet X, a potentially massive planet beyond Pluto's orbit. Many believe this hypothetical planet can be credited to many instances of weird gravitational anomalies happening throughout the Kuiper Belt. No one really knows where the Sumerians came from, but many do believe they came from the Caucasus and settled the Arabian marshes. About 5,000 years ago, the Sumerians invented the wheel and established city-states with a centralized government. The Sumerians believed that the Anunnaki descended from the supreme god An. An was able to control the fate of both humans and fellow gods. Most of what we know of the Anunnaki comes from texts from clay tablets. Zecharia Sitchin wrote a book called The 12th Planet. In this book, Sitchin explains that the Anunnaki are from Nibiru. Nibiru's orbit is very elongated and takes about 35 to 4,000 years. When Nibiru passed near Earth 500,000 years ago, the Anunnaki made contact with the Earth. This was perfect timing for them because they needed to repair their planet's atmosphere. The Anunnaki couldn't mine gold, the metal that they needed to repair Nibiru's atmosphere, on their own. So they genetically engineered primitive humans to mine gold for them. However, some people believe the Anunnaki bred with primitive humans instead of the claim they were genetically engineered. Either way, this gave the Sumerians the ability to write, solve math problems, and plan cities. After all, Mesopotamia was the first civilization in human history. Skeptics questioned Sitchin many times over these crazy claims. However, Sitchin studied ancient Hebrew, Akkadian, and Sumerian for decades until his death in 2010. He claimed this is exactly what the clay text said. Sitchin's book, The 12th Planet, was a major success, selling millions of copies worldwide. Swiss author Erich von Däniken and Russian author Velikovsky backed up Sitchin in his beliefs of the Sumerian texts. In 2015, a newly translated clay tablet revealed Sumerian astronomers made accurate mathematical calculations for the orbit of Jupiter. This is 1400 years before the Europeans did. The Sumerians were succeeded by the Babylonians, and there is a very high chance the Babylonians were the ones to create trigonometry, 1,000 years before the Greeks. Some Sumerian texts also make brief mentions of a sort of flying machine. Historians brush this off as a mistranslation, but mainstream historians, especially the Smithsonian historians, seem to never question anything, even if new data is revealed. A Smithsonian writer called these ideas, quote, noxious sludge. Other skeptics claim it is mistranslations or pure fairy tale stories, citing the Sumerians' lack of knowledge on floods. They could predict Jupiter's exact orbit, and they invented civilization, but according to these skeptics, they didn't know how floods worked. If mainstream historians spent as much time studying and investigating the very, quote, pseudoscience that they make fun of, instead of laughing at it and dismissing it, maybe we'd have a better understanding of human history.